This is not supposed to happen in such a beautiful afternoon. We're not in the Pacific Ocean, but in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. This is a harsh reality to me, as a new skipper, choosing the wrong course, driving the boat against strong flood current, in the wrong place, at the wrong time. This bay is definitely the great training ground. In this video, we faced the biggest challenge sailing San Francisco Bay so far. Hi, we are Nathan and Katie. We just started sailing and fulfilled our dream of sailing underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. We're new and we love every minute of it. This channel will document our journey sailing in the bay by featuring different destinations. So let's roll! Sailing San Francisco Bay can be serene and peaceful in the morning. Let a new skipper's guard down. It's all smiling and waving to the kayakers, and easily forget how drastic the weather could change in the afternoon, and leave you underprepared 4 hours later and 2 miles away. This bay is like a giant melting pot of different combinations of the wind speed, direction, wave, and the current. How exactly did we end up like this? I need to show you from the very beginning. Today we started from the beautiful Sausalito. Sausalito is a small Northern California town just across the Golden Gate. This picturesque town has a laid-back Mediterranean vibe with plenty of restaurants, shops, scenic views, with long sidewalks along the bay. The best place to view Sausalito is from the water for sure. It's a perfect place to start our morning. Sausalito is just a mile north to the Golden Gate Bridge and off the slot, with mild wind and current most of the time. It's a perfect spot to raise the main and sail to the Golden Gate. It's time to put on life jacket and get on deck. I've already removed the sail cover and hooked the halyard at dock. Katie steered into the wind and I cleared all the lines, making sure they can run. Eased the main sheet and boom van. I only raised the main to the second reef point and partially unfurled the jib to save some trouble reefing later, cause the wind will for sure pick up closer to the Golden Gate. And the weather forecast predicts wind could reach 25 plus knots in the afternoon. Then we sailed along the coast, otherwise the wind and current will push us further away from the bridge. After we passed the Horseshoe Bay on the right, wind started to pick up quickly. Did I tell you that one thing that doesn't lack under the Golden Gate Bridge is the wind, and most of the time, the fog too. We're on the beam ridge and sometimes close ridge. I turned into the wind a little to reduce the tension on the main sheet, so it makes it easier for Katie to ease the main a little. Basically, we just keep tacking until we cross the bridge. Wind is almost always southwesterner wind blowing from the Pacific into the Golden Gate. The best time to get out is in the morning with a relatively light wind and ebb current. After crossing the bridge, we turned around and sailed downwind, enjoying some quiet time along the amazing skyline of San Francisco. My personal opinion, there's no better place to see the city by the bay than from the water. It's just so close, it's right in front of us. This is the perfect place to stay a while, take all of this in, maybe open your lunch, using the city as a perfect backdrop. After we crossed the Bay Bridge, there's very little wind left, so we started to motor and passed the Yerba Buena Lighthouse on the left. Then we made a quick stop at the port of Oakland and the entry of Alameda Estuary. At this point, we decided to sail back to Sausalito, and we had a decision to make. We're right here, south to the Bay Bridge, and next to Yerba Buena Lighthouse. After consideration of several options, based on our limited experience sailing in the bay, but never in this part of the bay, we decided to sail straight back to Sausalito, following the shortest course by going clockwise, cutting between Alcatraz and Angel Island. How bad could it be? Right after we sailed past the Bay Bridge and put Treasure Island in our rear view, wind instantly picked up and we were against a very strong flood current. It's gonna be bad. After assessing the situation, we furred the jib to the smaller size. I felt comfortable and confident controlling the boat. Our Catalina 30 responded well and had just a touch of weather help, not hard to steer at all. When we were approaching the center of the slot, wave became bigger, the current became stronger, and the wind reached 20 plus knots. I was just happy that I didn't have to reef the main at this point, because I've already done so. Katie seemed pretty happy with the faster boat speed and doesn't mind of the hitting. We were making jokes, laughing, but at the same time, very concentrating. This is the warning shot that we need to wear proper waterproof clothes and pants, but we didn't. Somebody's having a good time. We started to talk about we should put on our life jackets. We should both wear waterproof clothes and pants. What's gonna be like in the Pacific if a bay is this bad? What needs to be done, and in what order if wind continues to increase? Do I maintain the existing course, or go around the Angel Island instead? Then this is the first time I spotted the oil tanker on my starboard side coming across my path. I started to calculate if we were fast enough to pass the channel. We continued to steer the same course for about another 5 minutes, aiming the exact middle between Alcatraz and the Angel Island. It looked like we weren't fast enough to cross it safely in time. I was thinking about bearing away. I think somebody is shouting rainbow. All I can think about was where that tanker is. Wind gradually picks up more speed, the wave and current too. We were going against strong flood currents, reducing our speed. My mind was going through my priorities. Hold on tight, it's so jumpy. Put on life jackets, ease them in. Take the traveler to the louver side to reduce the heating. Prepare to furl the jib completely. But first thing first, we need to wear a life jacket like 30 minutes ago. Now it's time to put it into action. After I sent Katie into cabin to fetch life jackets, both wind and wave considerably increased. This is shower number 1. At this moment, I noticed another oil tanker was coming from my port side, also coming across our path. There was no way I could pass both of them safely. With the strong flood current against us, I decided to bear away and change course, sailing behind the Angel Island. Did I mention to hold on tight? Katie eased the main sheet, and the healing was reduced. So did the weather helm. I asked her to stay in the cabin and passed me my life jackets. We started to bear away. I got my PFD from Katie and started to wear it. And Murphy came to visit. Hardly a surprise. I knocked down my iPhone to the floor. I would just leave it there, but I guess the sudden drop with the GPS showing in the middle of the water, my iPhone started to call SOS and ask me if I wanted to cancel it. Here is the tanker number 1. I guess my estimate was correct, but we were on the collision path. Katie was surprised that the tanker was this close. Gladly, I was not. The shower number 2. Wear waterproof clothes and pants. At exactly this moment, we said to ourselves, that's it. We started to furl the jib and plan to drop them in. The shower number 3. With the tanker number 2 passing us, we dropped our main, with the Angel Island in front of us blocking the wind. Now I think we passed our biggest challenge sailing in the bay so far. We were pretty happy. We'll see you in the next video.